We're always told to forgive other people. Let it go, move on, don't hold grudges, be the bigger person. But nobody really sits you down and says, hey, have you forgiven yourself? That's the part nobody talks about. And honestly, that's where the real work is. Because forgiving yourself, that's not just nice, that's radical. And most of us don't even realize how much weight we're carrying because we haven't done it. I want to talk about that today. Why we cling to our past mistakes, why we punish ourselves without even knowing it, and how self-forgiveness can completely shift the way you see yourself and your future. Why we cling to our past mistakes. So here's what I've noticed, and I'm talking from my own experience here, not some book theory. We don't just remember our mistakes, we attach meaning to them. The human mind isn't just a recorder, it's a label maker. When you do something, it stamps, this is who I am. And then there's two emotions play in this matter: regret and shame. Regret, for me, is like a receipt, a proof of my past choices, especially the one I made out of fear or because I wanted validation or because of some pressure I felt. Deep down, I knew I was going against myself, and that's why regret stings too much. And then shame. Shame is when you tie your entire worth to what you did. It's a double-edged sword. When you do something good, you feel proud. You add another jewel to your crown. But when you mess up, shame says, this isn't just a mistake. This is who you are. And then we get stuck. We think if we let go, we're excusing ourselves. We think if we punish ourselves, we're being accountable. But really, we're just keeping ourselves chained because we are making excuses because we're scared to face the reality and take responsibility on our mistake. The cost of self-punishment and the cost, they're huge. They're expensive. You think you're paying on the past, but really you're draining your present and your future. Anxiety builds because your nervous system can't tell memory from reality. Every time you replay the mistake, your body thinks it's happening now. Hypervigilance, tight chest, racing thoughts. Then you start freezing up, a stagnation. You stop taking risks because you're scared of repeating the past, the same mistake. Doing nothing feels safe, but really, it's just another form of punishment. And it spills over into your relationships. You might withdraw, over-apologize, sabotage intimacy, or project your own harshness onto others. Either way, it strains connection. So you're not just punishing yourself for the past. You're paying for it with your present and with your future. And this is where the radical act comes in. Self-forgiveness is not condoning. It's not pretending nothing happened. It's not giving yourself a free pass either. It's saying, I see what happened. I see what I did. I take responsibility. And now I choose not to carry this anymore. For me, it comes down to 4 steps. And they're not linear, by the way. Sometimes you bounce back and forth. First, acknowledgement. Face what happened. No denial, no sugarcoating. What done is done. Second, responsibility. Own it, but don't shrink yourself to it. Your mistakes are evidence of your humanity, not your identity. For example, you're the baker, not the bread. One bad loaf doesn't define you. And reparation or integration. This is where you can and make amends. Where you can't, integrate the lesson. Turn it into data for your future self. And lastly, release. This is the hardest. It's letting go of the it could have been fantasies and if only scenarios. Accepting what's real and unclenching your grip on what's not. And that's self-forgiveness, not excusing, not erasing, but releasing. Why it is radical? When you do that, everything changes because you stop treating yourself as the enemy. You stop dragging chains into every new chapter. You start showing up lighter, freer, and actually aligned. This isn't a theory. It's something I'm still practicing. It's messy. Some days you'll feel like you've released something and the next day it creeps back in. But the more you choose to forgive yourself, the more you free yourself. So before we end this, my assignment for you is to ask yourself, what if the thing holding you back isn't the world, but an unforgiven part of yourself?